Tolanibaj.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Azine Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay. Ebuka. I don't know how to say this, but well done. You've done a great job. You've shaken all the shakables in that house right now. As I'm speaking to you, I know there's going to be some friction between V and Erica. Between Erica and Laycon. I'm sure there's gonna be like something between Erica and Nengi, because I'm sure there's already been that, ready from what happened last night to early this morning and all that. So I am here to give you guys the gist. Yes, a lowdown of what has been happening in the Big Brother house from this morning to this night. I told you guys there were gonna be a twist. Ha ha ha. Hey, okay. Before we go into the eviction show proper, let's talk about everything that led up to this point, so that it will all make sense. So you all remember. Okay, first of all, I'd like to say this. Last night I was obviously in my feelings. I did like 2 videos, and obviously I felt I should have handled those videos, even though I still stand by what I said though in those videos, but I still felt like I should have handled it better. I shouldn't have got into my feelings, because I'm the one that's always telling people to cruise, but somehow a lot of things were just too I just got into my feelings. So that's that. So yeah, I think I should get more in control of my feelings next time, especially when it concerns people that I actually wanted more about. I really wanted them to have more, and then I got disappointed by their actions, and I'm like, what? Anyways, so today, after the whole brouhaha that happened last night, so apparently Erica and Tolanibaj talked about Nengi's situation. Yeah, they did. They actually talked about the whole Nengi situation. What's her name? Erica was like, she actually walked up to Nengi and told her, you know what, I don't have any issue with you, it's Kid I have issues with. And she was like, and Nengi gave her some kind of face like, oh yeah and all that, and she was not really having it and all that. And Nengi and Tolanibaj, Erica and Tolanibaj were talking about how they feel about Ozo and Nengi. They feel like Ozo sees all the whole flirting that that Nengi does with Kidwire, yet he cannot talk to her, and they see the hurt, and they feel like Nengi is way too exposed for Ozo, that Ozo cannot handle Nengi. And also they also said that Ozo was persistent to know what was happening between Erica and Kidwire, and Erica feels like he was doing that because he wants to go back and report back to Nengi. And also Erica told Kidwire that, you know what, if you are attracted to Nengi, you can go for her and tell me so that I'll be out of the picture. And Kidwire was like, no, it's not like that and all that. And Tolanibaj ended up by saying, you know what, that if Kidwire messes with Erica again and makes her cry, that he's gonna have a problem with her, and they're gonna deal with it right there and then, and both of them gonna be kicked out, and Erica is gonna win the money, and they're gonna come out and share the money. So another thing that happened today was when the head of house got the that stuff, the message from Biggie, and they said that in the darling hair challenge, every week they have to make their hair, and the person that makes the most hairs or something like that will get a higher point. And these people now said that Prince has 8 points and he's behind Wathoni and Chukiti, and I'm like, what? Prince that has been making people's hair back to back? How? Where? When? People of God, I did not take it easy. I even had to go on their page, and I'm like asking them what happened, and they were like, oh, they are working on it, blah 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 blah. I just hope that what happened with naija, that they obviously robbed Omashola of his money and gave to Mike. I hope that is not what's going to be happening with Darling Hair this season, because we are watching. Even a blind person will tell you that Prince is the one that should win this money, because back to back every Sunday he's making everybody's hair. At some point he's not even making anybody's his own hair. So moving on, As they were now doing their makeup, packing their bags, Big Brother called for a family meeting, a town hall meeting. See, Erica should just be guided. That's my own. Because when they called she and Kid White, when they played that video of them giving, Big Brother the finger, even though we did not see it, but Big Brother said that they were disrespectful and all that, and my heart was just doing kikum, 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 kikum. I'm like, oh my goodness, I prayed all the prayers I know how to pray. I'm like, please let them not disqualify Erica, because you all know that she already has 2 strikes, and if they disqualify her like this, it ain't gonna be good, because it's not everybody that is stature that they will disqualify and will now be like very famous and all that. So I was afraid for her, but thank God, after everything, Big Brother now gave her a strong final warning, because she showed Big Brother the finger once. It happened the same day, the very same day they gave her that strike last week, and Kid Wire actually gave Big Brother the finger twice, the day they gave him that strike, and also yesterday, that is on Saturday. So Big Brother was so generous to share another strike to Kid Wire. Now Kid Wire has 2 strikes, and Erica has 2 strikes, so 1 more strike, and they are packing their bags and heading to their house. Uber will be waiting for them to carry them to their various houses. Amen. Okay, so let's talk about the evictions. Ebuka came in with, I told you guys, they ain't playing. So these people thought, they have started forming cliques. Oh, I'm gonna save this person is my person, this person is my person. It ain't gonna work, because right now we, the audience, the voters, have the final say. Yes, so I'm taking the pleasure of announcing to you, you might not know, but this is me announcing to you that from tomorrow, by 5 p.m., starting tomorrow from 5 p.m., housemates will get to nominate who they want to be evicted. That is tomorrow, Monday, 31st of August. Housemates will be nominating who they want to be evicted, meaning that we are going back to the normal way, the good old way of nomination and eviction. You heard it here. So moving on. So Ebuka came in and asked, I think he started with I think it was also, talked about also winning the head of house, how it has been a good week, that whatever he's doing, that the housemates should learn from him, because he winning the head of house and he's winning the wager and all that. So he also asked also what he thought about the Prince and Tolanibaj situation. Do you think that Prince loves Tolanibaj and all that? And Ebuka, what's his name? Also is very diplomatic. He started with the diplomatic talk, and Ebuka was like, okay, also we know you are diplomatic, but given the situation with Prince, there was a Nengi there. Do you think that Prince and Tolanibaj are like good? And what's his name? Also was like, okay, Ebuka, like he said, he feels like they are good. That what Prince said, that they are an item and they are good, so that's what he feels. And then who else was asked? I think Chukiti was also asked about also and Nengi, what do you think? And Chukiti was like, that him, including everybody, all the housemates are kind of like confused with the whole situationship with Ozo and Nengi, because she treats him as if they do couple things, they eat together, they do all those couple things, but then her words contradict her actions, and he too, he is confused. He does not understand. He cannot really say, that from where he is, maybe she is stopping herself from falling for him and all that. So it becomes like, do you think there's a distraction? And Chikiti was like, he doesn't know, that he's not sure there's any distraction, but if like recently, like 2 weeks or something weeks ago, he would have said the person that is distraction was sitting beside him, that was, I think, Prince, that, or if it's now that he feels okay, maybe Neo, because Nengi spends so much time talking with Neo and all that. So Ebuka was like, do you think Kid Wire is a distraction? And Chukiti was like, that he doesn't feel Chukiti is a distraction, because Chukiti is just being himself, that Chukiti is just being himself and all that. So Ebuka also asked, I think, Erica about Neo and V. Now asked, okay, what do you think, about Neo and V? And Erica was like, okay, that she feels like Neo and V are like the strongest couple couple in the house, that they are good and all that. And Ebuka was like, okay. Funny you should say that, because last night, or on Friday night to be precise, you were like you were kind of like encouraging Tolanibaj concerning her feelings towards Neo and all that. And she was like, okay, see, I think Erica was out for V this time. Last week V gave it to Erica, and she was like, you know what, that Tolanibaj came to her and they talked about Neo and all that, how Neo was admiring her and everything. And she asked Tolanibaj, okay, I thought that they were dating and all that, because Erica said that she thought that at this point that Neo would have popped the question of asking what's her name, V, to be his girlfriend, but he hasn't. And he also said that Tolanibaj said that Neo told them that they are just friends and nothing more. And she was not like, okay, if they are just friends and nothing more, that who cares? It's not me. I'm putting myself out of the situation, that she doesn't really care, because at the end of the day, V is really not her friend. I'm like, boss. When I saw V's face, I'm like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So yeah, you remember when I told you guys that Tolanibaj actually said that she has feelings for Neo? Yeah, that she likes Neo and she's ready to break that taboo. Yeah. So what else? Who else did? Oh yeah. Ebuka also asked Dorothy, about Wathoni and Brighto. Are you good? Are you happy for them? And she was like, okay, yeah, that she's actually happy for them and all that. And Ebuka was doing his face that way. I just love the way Dorothy answered. Who else was put under the table? Oh yeah, Laycon. You know that Laycon has been, I think he told Prince, I think Neo or who, that Erica tried to kiss him. And Ebuka asked him about that. Like, you said that. So he also, first of all, he asked about Kid Y and Erica about that from Laycon. And I asked Laycon, okay, and Laycon said he doesn't even notice them. He doesn't notice what they are doing. I'm like, Laycon, talk true, my brother. Talk true. Anyways, that's when Ebuka asked him about the kiss stuff. And he was like, you know what, that, yeah, she actually did try to kiss him. And Erica was like in the background and said that she does not remember. And Laycon was like, yeah, because she was obviously intoxicated and all that. And Ebuka was like, did that happen once? And he was like, no, it doesn't happen once. And when they now went back to Ebuka, and that was when Erica was now asking Laycon, like, when did I try to kiss you? Because tell me, because I do not understand this. So yeah, these were the tables that were shaking tonight. And no, it was not just the tables that were shaking. The housemates too got the shock. Because most of them were, like I said in the beginning, they were all preparing to go to the diary room and vote out the person they did not like. They did not know that Big Brother said, no, it is now our turn to take over. You people have done enough job. Thank you. Well done, Mars and SARS. This is our time to pick who we want to, who we want to get out of the show. So that was how he started calling all their names. Everybody except Nengi and Ozo stood. And that was when he said, Tolanibaj, you've been evicted from the Big Brother Naija show. The next one, Wathoni, you've been evicted. Oh goodness. So when Tolanibaj came out, they asked her about her feelings for Prince. She just said, that Prince is that kind of a guy that requires time and all that, but she doesn't have any of that kind of patience, and all that, because to be fair, she actually complained a lot about that. She also talked about her business, her YouTube channel. They asked about her, attraction to Neo. Maybe she's going to pursue that. I think she's going to pursue that anyways. When Wathoni, what's his name, Ebuka asked her, what, do you think you were all over the place from one man to the other, that kind of a thing, while Brighto was still there, or let us know what it is. She was like, what, that she didn't think she was all over the place, that in fact she actually liked Prince more than Kid, but Brighto was there, that he made her laugh, he made her happy, and no, that was it. So and when Ebuka came back, he now talked to them about the fact that they have started to become entitled, that when sponsors give them money or they win money, they are like, oh, is this small amount of money and all that. I've seen that happen. Like when Revolution Plus gave them $1 million, I think it was Laycon that sent something like, oh, I even thought it was going to be a plot of land or something. And in my mind, I'm like, you just won 1 million. And that's like 250K for all 4 of you. Like, do you know how hard it is for even people working in an office or even entrepreneurs like us to make that money, and you just by answering some trivial questions win that money and even more in a week, and you have the guts to say that. I was really pissed at that point, but I'm happy that Ebuka actually cleared them on that. And when they were ready to say bye-bye to everybody, now that was how Ebuka was like, there's still one more thing. I've got a news from the upper echelon that there's gonna be one more eviction, and the person to live in this house, or the people in the naija house, Bright, I was very happy. Not really very happy because of Brighto was evicted. I was very happy because at this point Brighto was at some points getting on my nerves, and also he and Wathoni now get to go out together, so that they will not be like, he will not be coming to Dorothy again. I didn't want that. So yeah, he has caused a lot of wahala in that house, and so yeah, he deserves it, abeg. At least Lucy did not go. But had it been the evicted 4 people, Lucy would have left. Yeah, Prince was not in the bottom 6. Kid Wire was in the bottom 6. People, can you see it? Kid Wire was in the bottom 6. Hey, now wow. Wathoni, Brighto, Tolanibaj, Brighto, Wathoni, Lucy, Kid Wire. Who else? Yeah, I'm not actually looking at the chat right now, but I'll get the chat and show you guys. So yeah, it's Kid Wire's own being in the bottom 6, kind of like it's a shocker. Really, it's a shocker. Let's see. Let's hope that the White Man, what's the name of that? His White Man Gang or something like that. They get to vote for him if he gets nominated this Monday. Yeah. So that's basically it. I'm sure there's going to be more drama in the house because some people will need some clearing, because I think I saw Nengi before I started making this video. I saw her talking with Ozo, probably because of the whole thing that Ebuka mentioned, the fact that she is claiming, she's not in a relationship with this guy, but she gets jealous over the little things he does with other people. So yeah, I guess Nengi too has some scores to settle with also. I guess Erica has and V. Their relationship is already on the shaky ground before. It's gonna be sinking sand. Erica and Laycon. Now Kid Wire and I think Erica will be more cautious of her man. I think V is gonna be watching her man like a hawk. It's gonna be interesting moving on from now on, and they're gonna be getting shock of their life maybe on Monday when they tell them they got to nominate people for possible eviction. It's gonna be interesting from now on. Now let the games begin. Thank you so very much, guys, for being part of my channel. If you've not already subscribed, you know what to do. Kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video, and please do not forget to send in more of your businesses so I can promote them. I think I've done 2 so far. I've not done 18. I think I still have more to promote. I think I'll start doing that from tomorrow. Today has really been somehow. That's why I really haven't made any videos since morning. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so very much, guys. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Bye, guys.
Henry_works say Ebuka splits the house into 2. Well, the one thing I don't know if you've noticed about these housemates is that they really don't care. If you shake the table finish, they still go back and groove and gist with each other. So I don't think it's up to me to divide the house, because at this point they are just enjoying themselves. I've tried more than a few times to shake things, but when I'm done, they go back to their lives. So it's not up to me.